My name is Kevin Obi. I'm an interim COO, and I've worked with a range of clients right now. So I work as a COO. Most recently, I've been MD for growth at a fintech unicorn called World Remit. Before that, I was a global chief operating officer of the UK's largest consumer IoT company. It's called Hive. I was chief strategy and business development officer of Weave. I was a chief operating officer of Liberty Global's business in Bahamas. I was senior vice president responsible for new digital businesses at NBC Universal International. And I was head of corporate development at Deloitte. So that's sort of the roles that I've had, which sort of you put them all together. They include M&A integration, they include business transformation, business development, driving growth, managing operations. And that's my background. Let's see, I was born in Belfast. So maybe that's a secret not many people know. And I grew up there, I lived there till I was about 7. So I had an Irish accent and I've lost it. It was a bit too strange. For me, it's because I had done a series of jobs from business development to strategy, to business transformation, to driving growth, to do operations. And a COO very often is someone who has a broad range of skills. So I think naturally those made it possible for me to become a COO. The strange thing is that before I became a COO, the one thing I used to be told by recruiters is that you've done too many things. And then I turn out when you get to that level is actually what they're looking for. So that's how it happened. I think it depends on what type of COO you are. And I kind of think there's a broad range. On one hand, there's a COO who is number 2 to the CEO. On the other hand, there's COOs that are often COOs and combined CFOs. And on the third hand, there's COOs who really, they're operations directors running operations. So it depends on what sort of COO you are. Most likely, you would have 2 sets of things. The things would be some set of ongoing operations, whether that's contact centers, whether it's supply chain, or some aspect of that that's ongoing, which you kind of need to manage on an ongoing basis. And you're more likely to have what I call project-based activities. They're moving into new markets, they're potentially a strategic partner, they're integrating an acquisition. So really, a lot of your time is managing those 2 broad buckets of things. And I think one of the big challenges you have as a COO is that you always have a long to-do list, and you have to be really very clear about prioritizing and where driving that. I think, first of all, you have to have good strategic skills. You have to have reasonably good financial skills. You have to be really strong on execution, because most of the time the COO is charged with execution. And I think the fourth and probably the most important thing is good relationship skills. Because businesses tend to be quite siloed. And as a COO, apart from the CEO, you're the one who has the kind of the broadest span on a day-to-day basis. So I think those relationship skills become important. I would say 3 things. The first is have a good understanding of P&L. I think that's just a given. And in general, that's the first thing. Be highly commercial to the extent you can. Understand strategy, because very often your role will be executing of that strategy. And the fourth thing is be good at getting things done.